Our next speaker, Manuel Madrano, is the head of the Chula Vista program. He's also on the CRA Board of Directors. He's part of CPSC. He's also part of the statewide committee to oversee things in California. So, Manuel, what's going on in Chula Vista?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. I'm really proud and humbled to be here, to be invited to speak before you. And similar to my colleagues from the county and the city of San Diego, I'd like to thank everybody in my group and my team in the city of Chula Vista that's done Herculean feat to get us to comply with this regulation. In addition to the multiple programs that we have in Chula Vista, the dozens of programs that we have in Chula Vista, obviously we have to take on this new SB 1383 organic waste program, and we're doing it. We're doing it really well. So just as a curiosity, how many Chula Vista residents or people that run a business are here with us? Okay, good. That's all right. That's a good amount. Yeah, that's good. I was expecting a lot more because Chula Vista, as many of you know, is a bedroom community. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately because we need more infrastructure, we need more business, more innovation. But we are one of the largest cities that provides a large amount of employment in this county. So we have a lot of houses. And so I also like to thank Republic Services, who was really key on helping us develop and roll out this program. So Chula Vista, like I said, a lot of homes. We had we have 55,000 homes or so, including obviously like other cities, mobile homes and townhomes. A lot of apartments, a lot of condos. Multifamily it's harder to also implement this program, and I'm sure everybody here that's part of our jurisdiction knows that there is a lot to do with that. There's also obviously a lot of mixed-use homes in Chula Vista, mixed-use properties, and then the HOAs, which are the hardest ones to get to, because a lot of them are, again, multi-use. A lot of them are have mixed services available. So we're working with that, and that's actually the last part of what we're doing as part of the implementation. But in Chula Vista, the 55,000 homes, not everybody had green cards. You had the option to bring out your own cart or your own can. And so there was around 16,000 homes that did not have this. So the Republic Services, excuse me, rolled out these green containers to everybody. Again, big project. And we gave out everybody a default size, but whoever needed smaller or largest, they could call and get that changed. And that's important because similar to the city of San Diego, there was a lot to do with that process. Fortunately, it wasn't city staff, it was Republic Services who did that. So again, thank you for all that, the hard work. But us in our city offices, we're the ones who were fielding a lot of those calls, showing people, explaining people what this new program is about, even after we have sent multiple information pieces out to everybody. So really important to note that everybody that was involved with this process to make sure all the homes in Chula Vista, or at least as many homes as possible, were equipped with this, with the containers that they needed to have. Also, again, staff. I see Marty here. She's in one of the photos there, part of our team that we actually continue to do a lot of these visits to our homes, to businesses. We also use Recyclist, which this is tech that a lot of cities are using now, and it's really helpful on the field and back in our office to do a lot of this accounting. So far, again, thanking staff for their hard work. 2,000, you see the number up there, 2,200 businesses have been visited, and that's actually a few weeks old. They might be even higher. There's probably more than likely higher than that because they're out there every day, all of them out there talking to business managers, business owners and such. So, I mean, I would say a lot of cities and counties around the state to tell us if per capita or per homes have they been able to reach this type of an outreach to residents, this face-to-face outreach to a lot of the residents and a lot of the businesses, mainly businesses in Chula Vista. And in addition to that, we do have our lid flipping program where we are checking people's carts. So to make sure not only organics are going in the right place, but also recyclables, a current program that we obviously like all of us have. So that's also very important to note that there's hundreds and hundreds of more, maybe thousands, that haven't counted into this part of it. So this is only the the business and multifamily outreach that we've done, the face-to-face and type of information, or type of approach that we've taken. Again, just similar to my colleagues from city and county, there's a lot of outreach and education that we do need to do, part of this regulation. And if you live in Chula Vista, the 5 or so hands that went up, you've seen our mailers that go out. You'll see a lot more of them. They're going to go out at a higher frequency. We used to send them every quarter or so. Now we're going to go actually monthly, per a new contract where we're starting with a printer and a mail company. So these will be going out in English and Spanish. We also thanks to our agreement where Public Services are providing these caddies. A lot of jurisdictions are, but we're actually really actively providing these to our residents as well. We think this is an important part of. You have to give them the tools to be able to participate in this program. We have videos, social media, similar to what other jurisdictions have done. And so again, we have to make sure that we reach we spread out or put out the largest net we can. One thing that we found as a recommendation to jurisdictions here is that the social media accounts of a lot of the TV channels and radio channels have a much broader following than actually people watching the TV and watching or listening to their shows or listening to their offerings. So I really recommend that you work with those media outlets to advertise in their social media, because again, they have multiple, much more of an outreach. And as an example, one of their Spanish media partners was able to provide us in just a span of a few months over 3 million views of our program, of our information. So as opposed to how many people were actually watching while the 30-second commercial was going on, that's a big reach. Something else that we all have to do as part of this regulation is our food recovery program. Again, it includes you saw in the screen from Eric, tier 1 and tier 2, depending on their size and the type of offering they have. And with the different partnerships that we have to establish to make sure that we are supporting this program. So again, thanks to Republic Services, they're actually providing funding for these food rescue organizations up to $50,000 per year for our organizations in Chula Vista, or if they're servicing in Chula Vista. So that's really important because, again, we're providing this type of service to them, this type of support that's going to help them provide the services in Chula Vista. So again, this was, I'm sure everybody could attest from other jurisdictions, this is a whole new approach to our programs. We didn't have to work with food rescue organizations other than support them and promote them, but as far as providing this actual support and reporting that we have to provide back to the state, this is a whole new thing that we had to do. And in Chula Vista, we're doing it. We're very proud that we're doing it well. Procurement as well. Again, Nick mentioned the issue that a lot of cities have with being able to buy this material or mulch or compost and other materials or renewable gas. But in Chula Vista, it's really hard. We have there's a per capita requirement, and we have 14,000 ton requirement for compost, much higher for mulch. So we have to make sure that we use as much as we can. We're working with our staff, with our parks department. We have an actual, we started a staging area in one of our largest, and actually our large regional park in Chula Vista called Roar Park. We also have purchased, we have to support the folks that are actually using this material on our behalf. So we purchased equipment, a compost spreader. We're in works of purchasing a trailer and even an electric truck so they could haul around the compost throughout the city. Hopefully that local assistance grant comes in soon to be able to, so we could purchase this electric truck and support our parks department. And of course, there's a municipal golf course that we have that's managed by a private entity, so that we're also working with them. And also the Elite Athlete Training Center in Chula Vista, that used to be an Olympic training center. They're also very, very interested in using compost, so we're in discussions with them to start using this material as well on our behalf. But the reality is that likely, more than likely, some of you guys probably read my quote in an AP report that we're not going to get to this 14,000 ton requirement, but we're trying. At least we're trying. We're doing as much as we can in supporting our different departments to help us and the community to help us do, because we also have compost giveaway program. So, and then lastly, enforcement. That it's active this year. That's gonna be our so just so staff knows that's watching from the office, and Marty here, that's gonna be our badge. No, just kidding. It won't be. But there's a requirement now as of 2024 to offer enforcement, and a couple of staff members in particular, one worked on our training and protocol. Again, something completely new. We did have the ability to enforce in our ordinance. We had to update, like a lot of other jurisdictions have to update our ordinance to make sure we account for organics, but also give us the authority to fully enforce. In the past, we didn't have that full authority other than notifications. So now this required for us to train basically as code enforcement officers, because our code enforcement department or section basically said we don't have the means, we don't have the resources to be able to do this. So now our staff is going to be now required to start enforcing on those folks that are not going to be participating in this program. And again, it includes commercial and residential properties, and we're going to be doing reactive enforcement. So we're going to receive reports. We have a method to receiving the reports and acting on them. But as we're out there also doing our site visits and our outreach and our compliance visits, if we see something or we see a business that is not participating, we're going to make sure that we let them know that there is an enforcement aspect to this program, and this is the regulation. Lastly, that's the green bin, Binny. We're going to have fun with this as well. That's a little character that we developed. There's in a lot of our social media, and we're getting ready to really promote them a lot more. You want to really reach out, do something positive, as Renee mentioned, in order for folks to want to follow and do this. So that's going to be part of our marketing, of our branding for the city. And for any information, that's a QR code that you can reach our website. Feel free to visit. And again, thank you very much for your time. And I'll see you a little bit later. Thank you.